Welcome to Happy Death Day. You ever see a man walk into a room like he already owns it? Black hat, leather vest, beard like he wrestles bears before breakfast. That was Waylon Jennings. But here's the wild part. Before he became the outlaw king of country music, he gave up his seat on a plane. That plane? The one that crashed and killed Buddy Holly. Yeah, we're starting there, because this story ain't soft. Waylon Arnold Jennings was born June 15, 1937, in Littlefield, Texas. Small town, dust, hard work, radio waves floating through the air like opportunity. By 12 years old, he had a guitar. By 14, he had a radio show. Most of us at 14 were trying to figure out algebra. Waylon was already building a career. Texas didn't make soft men. And Waylon? He wasn't built for background noise. Now, here's where fate gets disrespectful. In 1958, Waylon joins Buddy Holly's band as a bass player. They're touring in the dead of winter. The tour bus heater breaks. It's freezing. Musicians are getting frostbite. So Buddy charters a small plane to the next show. There are only 3 seats. Waylon gives up his seat to J.P. the Big Bopper Richardson, because Big Bopper had the flu. That plane crashes February 3, 1959. Buddy Holly, Ritchie Valens, Big Bopper, all gone. And Waylon? Left standing. Survivor's guilt hit him heavy. He later said Buddy joked before boarding, "I hope your old bus freezes up." Waylon joked back, "Well, I hope your old plane crashes." Imagine carrying that joke the rest of your life. That's trauma you don't just pray away. Fast forward. Waylon moves to Nashville. Now, let me explain something. 1970s Nashville wasn't be yourself. It was sit down, sing what we tell you, wear this, smile more. They controlled the musicians. Studio bands played the instruments. Producers picked the songs. Artists were basically dressed-up karaoke machines. Waylon said, nah. He wanted his band, his sound, his control. Nashville said no. Waylon said bet. Enter Willie Nelson. Together they became the backbone of what's called the Outlaw Country movement. Outlaw didn't mean criminal. It meant creative freedom, grit, no polish, no fake smiles. Albums like Honky Tonk Heroes, Dreaming My Dreams, and the massive Wanted, The Outlaws, the first platinum country album. He wasn't asking permission anymore. He was rewriting contracts, demanding creative control, growing that beard, wearing black like Johnny Cash's cousin with attitude. Country music got dangerous again, and fans loved it. Now, let's keep it real. The 70s hit hard. Money pouring in, tour buses, women, adrenaline, and cocaine. A lot of cocaine. Like, so much cocaine that it probably had its own dressing room. Waylon once admitted spending over $1,500 a day on cocaine. Daily. That's not a habit. That's a side hustle for your dealer. His heart started struggling, his body breaking down. The outlaw lifestyle doesn't send warning emails. It just sends hospital bills. And if drugs weren't enough drama, the IRS pulled up. Tax debt. Millions. Because when you're high and famous, paperwork ain't exactly your priority. They seized assets, took property, public embarrassment. That outlaw energy? Now it had consequences. But here's the twist. Waylon cleaned up. Quit cocaine cold turkey in 1984. Cold turkey. No dramatic press tour. Just done. That's strength most people don't talk about. Then came one of the most legendary collabs in country history, the Highwaymen. Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, Kristofferson. That lineup sounds like a Mount Rushmore carved into a whiskey barrel. They weren't boys. They were grown legends singing about life, death, prison, faith, regret. Real man music. No glitter, no choreography, just truth with guitars. Years of hard living take receipts. Diabetes, health issues, foot amputated in 2001 due to complications. That outlaw body had been through war. But here's what's crazy. Even when he was older, even when health was fading, he still had presence, still had that voice, still had that Texas thunder. Waylon Jennings died on February 13, 2002. He was 64 years old. Diabetes complications. Not dramatic, not explosive, just the body finally saying, "You ran hard enough." But here's the truth. Waylon didn't die small. He died as a man who survived tragedy, fought the system, beat addiction, changed a genre. That's legacy. Some artists follow trends. Waylon bent the industry until it cracked. He proved you can demand respect. You can tell the machine no. You can lose everything and still rebuild. And sometimes, the outlaw isn't the villain. He's the one who refuses to be owned. February 13th, 2002. The outlaw finally rode off. Not in a blaze of gunfire, not on a crashing plane, not in some rock star explosion. Just a Texas legend whose body said, "All right, cowboy, you ran hard enough." Waylon Jennings survived tragedy, survived addiction, survived the Nashville machine, and he still walked away with his boots on and his name untamed. That's not just a career, that's a rebellion that worked. So today, we don't mourn quiet. We raise a glass with something strong in it. Happy Death Day, Waylon. The highway's still playing your song. Subscribe for tomorrow's Death Day. And remember, death is guaranteed. History is optional.